This is program 1041. We're going to cover the third week in November 2016 for you. You're still in that full moon period conjuncting Uranus, so you're still in that strange, freaky month until the next full moon, which actually comes up Sunday. But before you get there, Uranus is going to give you one more little shocking period when you feel, it's a UFO, I'm all alone. No, it's a hurricane, a tornado, a shake. It's coming up Friday, Freaky Friday, 11/11, and Saturday, the 12th. But this show is mostly going to be about Neptune. So we're going to talk about Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces. It's very different than Uranus. Uranus rules Aquarius. Common sense, enlightenment of the mind. That's what Uranus does. This is enlightenment of the heart. And it's slowing down and stopping and stationing on the 20th of November. And it gets stronger and stronger in November as you get up to that 20th, and then it kind of tails you off. There's little peaks and valleys, but by and large, Neptune is a heck of a... I'm a little leery about it. You can see from the way I've drawn Earth here. And it has to do with water and things. It's focused in New York. I got a lot more to say about it, but I want to get to the sky mirror first. But, you know, this is, I don't know, is rising water? The south node is here at 9 Pisces. Neptune is stopping in the sky and reversing direction at 9 Pisces. So there's an awful lot of stuff going on at 9 degrees of Pisces. If your chart's heavy at 9 Pisces, you know, don't drink alcohol. You're going to feel like you're drunk anyway sometimes. You could get religious enlightenment. You could feel stoned out and drunk. You could get both. Pisces, Neptune is two sides to him, huh? He's enlightened, and he's a wonderful doctor, priest, artist, musician. Nope, wait a minute, he got stoned, he's drunk, and he went off to hide in the woods half the time. You know, Jesus was like that. So he's a character. I wish I knew him better. I love him. I studied mostly Uranus. I have Uranus rising on my 10th house, so I specialized in Uranus a bit. Besides, hurricanes and earthquakes produce brotherhood. Neptune just floods you out. There's been, okay, enough, Frost. Let's talk about it day by day. I'm going to run the moon around the edge of this planetary pattern, and as it makes angles to these bodies, it results in the mood of the times. It's not necessarily your chart, but if you're in a big group, the group would behave this way. So this is the general vibes, okay? That's what you're going to see here. If you're in a thirsty show, you felt kind of randy here in the afternoon. There was a nice sextile to Mars, but a square to Venus, there's no sweets. You might as well get some work done. Moon's in Aries Thursday night. On Friday, also on 11/11, Friday morning, the moon's in Aries. And as you go through Friday, by the time you get to around dinner time, here's the opposition to Jupiter and a square to Pluto. And you could get sirens. You could get emergencies. You're awful close to Uranus. This is happening at 15, 16 degrees. And so there's a little panic, an emergency. Somebody's taking too much, and maybe everybody switched on their air conditioners and the power went out, because here's the power. You know, Uranus is here about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. You'll feel it all Friday and all Saturday, and it's very electric, and one of the first things it does is take away your electricity. Zap! What am I going to do? I got a freezer full of beef. Go outside and fire up your propane barbecue and give neighbors free steaks. It creates brotherhood, but it'll trash your world for a little bit. All of these Aquarian things. We'll all have some Uranus issues here. Sometimes it's just, you know, the TV remote stopped. Okay, does it need new batteries? Usually just, you know, roll them around a little bit and they work. It's in the connections with Uranus. But there's going to be interruptions Friday night, Saturday morning, and kind of a feeling of a state of emergency here. And there's no way out of that. By the time you get to Saturday night, the moon shifts into Taurus. And it's very different. This is Taurus, an earth sign. And Saturday night, look at that. There's a trine to Venus. There's sweets, there's loves, there's nice stuff. Unfortunately, it squares Mars. First comes the sweets. Everybody is loving, and there's flowers and beautiful girls. And then an hour or two later, the square to Mars, everybody got selfish and self-centered and angry and going too fast. So, you know, young men, if you can hold down your testosterone, you could have a nice night here Saturday. Saturday night. Sunday, the moon's still in Taurus. And here's a trine to Neptune. Good time Sunday morning for church. Good time for the higher heart. Neptune is very strong. It's going to stop in a week from Sunday. So music, art, the ocean, beautiful things, colors, flowers, birds. You know, just sit down. Hey, if you're going to read the Bible, every time you see the word heavens, substitute sky. Yes, that's what it was. And your astrologer declares Jesus was trained in Alexandria as an astrologer. Oh, really? And the three wise men were astrologers. Oh, well, I do. I'm just, you know, preaching to the choir, huh? But Neptune loves to preach, and there's music, and Sunday morning's a good time for it. And there could be discovery Sunday night around dinner time with the trine to Pluto. So whatever preaching you're listening to, you could discover something kind of nice. However, as you go through Sunday into the evening, here's the full moon right here. That's about 9, 10 o'clock Sunday night. And full moons are always a little bit, you know, exaggerated. Everybody's emotions are bigger than life. Ideas are bigger, and things tend to get out of proportion a little bit. So I won't work on full moons, and I wouldn't have a party. You have a party on a full moon, the ladies be in one room and the men in the other. So full moons aren't good. Stay home Sunday night. Monday, the moon's still in Taurus when you get up. And in the evening, here's a nice trine to Mars on Monday the 14th. And you can get out there and do the chores and do the physical stuff. And that's a good thing to do, too. Because here early Tuesday morning, here's the opposition to Mercury. Communication's not going well. And here's a square to Neptune. Confusion, delusion, water, bad smells, chemistry. Eek, is somebody spraying over there? The other day there was a terrible sulfur smell at my house. Couldn't figure it out. I went investigating. Turned out a guy had a tile roof, and he was scrubbing it with a sulfur compound, I guess for the algae or something, or the mold. Boy, it hit my house heavy. Neptune, bad smells, you know. When you're smelling something, it isn't just the smell. It's little tiny molecules going in your body. Yes, think about that a little bit. It's kind of important. Because there's going to be a lot of smells around. When the closer Neptune gets to the 20th, the more your sense of smell gets up. You'll see colors better, you'll smell more things. When Neptune stops on the 20th, oh boy, I hope you're around good smelling stuff. So Tuesday morning, here's a square to Neptune, and you're stuck in bad smells and confusion. And with Mercury there opposing, people are going to say right and mean left. And there are going to be snarls of traffic and communication. So leave early Tuesday morning if you got to leave. Tuesday afternoon, here's a trine to Jupiter. This is just about dinner time. And there's some wisdom flowing about earthly things. But then right away, within an hour following it, there's an opposition to Saturn. And the rules and regulations won't let me do that. Sorry. Nope. The moon's in Gemini. So it's very mutable, movable air sign. Yeah, you can talk things out here a bit. There's a nice sextile to Uranus late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. Common sense, the community mind. In la catch, I am another you. The consciousness of the Aquarian age is there Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I hope you get some. As you go through Wednesday, the moon's still in Gemini until you get to probably around dinner time, and the moon shifts into Cancer and all the vibes change, huh? Starts with an opposition to Venus late Wednesday night. There ain't no sweets, there ain't no sugar here, there ain't no sex, forget it. Go to bed early. Get loose of your demons of desire. Yeah, I like that phrase, demons of desire. Give me more sweets. Here's a trine to Neptune. Here, the preacher, artist, doctor, musician, the magical Jesus inside of you can give you real insights into your heart. It's Thursday morning. Yeah, sugar won't do any good. Don't do the sugar. Thursday, the moon in Cancer has an opposition to Pluto, a square to Jupiter. Eek, a bug! This happens in the late afternoon, early dinner time, and there's a sense of panic again, and difficulties could crop up, and emergencies Thursday night. Friday morning, moon still in Cancer. There's a nice trine to the sun. You're up and you're getting things done and you got a good plan. Good for you. Trouble is, a couple hours after you got your plan going, here's this moon squares Uranus, an electrical connection goes bad, the battery runs out, something happens, twist the plugs, it's just Uranus acting up, trying to interrupt you a little bit, Main guy here to watch for is old Neptune, because Neptune stops on the 20th. So, moon shifts into Leo about the middle of the afternoon on Friday the 18th. Everything changes, starts to get impatient and a little angry, because here the moon's going to oppose Mars Saturday morning, and everybody's in a big rush. Maybe this is sports or football, I don't know, but not good for doing chores. Saturday night, hey, here's a sextile to Jupiter and a trine to Saturn. Good sense prevails. The lawyers and the judges, our justice system is good, I hope. I doubt it, but anyway, Leo moon, Mr. Trump is Leo, and he'll probably get his act together a little bit here. On Sunday, there's a trine to Uranus, brotherhood. I am another you. High-tech stuff, common sense, Sunday morning. Not so much for the higher heart, color art, music, Neptune, Pisces stuff. This is more Uranus, Aquarius stuff Sunday. And a good talk and communication Sunday afternoon. There's a trine to Mercury. So there's a Mercury-Uranus grand trine going on, and your mind ought to be sharp on Sunday the 20th. You may need it because Neptune stopped on the 20th. And I made a note here. It may have stopped on the 20th, but the moon moves into position Monday night and opposes Neptune. And Neptune's on the south node. So here's a very likely time for there to be Neptune problems, Neptune disasters. Yeah, I mean big ones. Disasters, floods, water problems, chemical problems. And when the moon opposes it, a lot of it's focused on New York. And I'm going to take a look at that.